The show about food, fun places in the mayhem of life, and the mayhem doesn't get any bigger than Black Friday, the day that is so filled with mayhem that it gets its own color, and that color is black. Happy Black Friday, Sunseekers. It's time to shop till you drop. And the Christmas holiday season officially begins. I had my radio on earlier this morning, and I heard my very first Christmas song. Oh my, I almost nearly fell out of my chair. Oh my God. Happy Friday! You did it. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. You made it to the end of another work week. We did it. We made it to Friday. The weekend is upon us. It is going to be a great weekend, but a cold one. If you are watching or listening from under a blanket, or maybe you're out for a walk listening to us online at twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show, I hope you're warm. It is not very warm outside at all. We've got wind chills again, making it feel like mid-20s, and it is going to be a cold weekend. We might even see some snow. We'll get to that in just a second. First, there is going to be a bit of Black Friday, a bit of mayhem going on. Our sugar shortage continues, and have the fist fights started? Has the pushing and shoving started? Have the chickens come home to roost? Is this a sweet story turned sour? Bum, bum, bum. All those questions will be answered. Manitoba actor makes it big on the new sitcom Frasier, and we've got that coming up. Also, not one, not two, but three airline stories of women coming completely unglued. And of course, we have video. One woman completely takes all her clothes off and decides she's going to start attacking people. One woman thinks that she's been kidnapped and goes completely bananas on a plane, and the other person decides they're going to not use the lavatory on an airplane. And of course, everybody's got a camera, so we get a front row seat to the mayhem this morning. 50 Black Friday fails that might convince you that maybe Black Friday is not for you. Also, leftovers for life. This comes to us after the U.S. Thanksgiving yesterday, and they'll be eating a lot of leftovers till like the middle of next week. But according to a new survey, 60% of us eat the same boring dinner 4 nights a week. Wow. We're going to see if we can shake things up there a little bit for you. Let's take a look outside and see how things are on the roads this morning. Good morning, southern Manitoba, shot of Winnipeg and downtown Brandon. Those cameras to the left of your screen there. And that's an updated look at our highways this morning with the exception of 10 south of Brandon. That should update for us as soon as there's a bit more sun to power those solar panels on that camera, but things are looking pretty good. That's the good thing about this cold is driving conditions are generally pretty good, but with a wind chill of minus 27, this is not a warm morning by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to let that car warm up a little bit. You're going to let that car warm up a bit because it is really, really cold. Here is our air temperature this morning, and could be worse. Looks like North Dakota, they're going to be freezing if they're standing in line for any Black Friday deals today. They seem to be the coldest, and then we're close behind, though. And here is what wind chill is looking like this morning. Wind chill. This is the part that's getting us. Yeah, the red. Red is no good. Red is no good. That makes it very, very cold for us. And again, I hope where you are, it is nice and warm. Let's get to it. We got some shopping to do. We got just 30 days. This is it. We're coming into the red zone. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Santa Claus Parade in Verdun A veryverdantchristmas.ca. Big weekend planned out there. Veryverdantchristmas.ca. Happy Santa Claus Parade weekend to you. And again, there is a map of the Santa Claus Parade at veryverdantchristmas.ca. Check that out. Let's take a look and see who's in chat this morning as we welcome you aboard and hope that you are safe and warm. Beach chairs all warmed up, ready to go for you. We're going to Florida today with our beach cam, so we'll get some beach time in. Don't you worry. No, it may be freezing outside, but no, the beach bunker has nice cold drinks, hot sunshine. We live in a bit of a fantasy world, but that's okay. That's all right. We will keep the cold at bay. Tasha and Road Reverend and Lindy and Cheryl is in early this morning. Nice to see you, Cheryl. Ooh, yeah. Road Reverend's got the cold emojis, the blue face with the icicles hanging off the ears. Yeah, it's not good. Coffee is hot, though. Lindy misbehaving, Tasha. And who else we got in Twitch chat this morning? Paul is here. Happy Friday to you. Keeping safe and warm, which is good to see. Polar Bear is here, too. Nice to see you in chat this morning. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, Cindy. Good to see you, Nick Adams. Happy Friday to you, too. Kate on 78, good morning. Quentin reminds us it's Parent-Teacher Day today. Oh, God, the dreaded parent-teacher interviews. This would normally be Tyler's Grounded for the next 6 months day. Look at how that all turned out for me. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't keep quiet. I couldn't keep talking. Oh, God. My parents always used to say, is there anything that we should know before we go into Parent-Teacher Day? Is there anything that you want to confess before? No. I plead the fifth. I got nothing to say. Everything is going to be grand. Are you sure? Yeah. And then they'd come home, and it's like, okay, to the kitchen table. Now, get in here, sit down. So, you know the rest of the story. Can't shut up, can't sit still. In case there's teachers that would like to do a good old school slap on the desk like the good old days. Oh, with a ruler even. I've seen a few rulers break in my... That's how bad I was. They broke the yardstick. Tyler, for the love of... And it broke. And I'm like, wow. Accomplishments. Goals. What are people doing on planes, says Paul? I don't know. You know what Tracy was saying earlier this week, that people are acting strange. It's been a strange week of people acting weird. Is there a full moon? When is the next full moon? When is the next full moon? Because something is, oh, God. Yeah, the next full moon is coming up on the 27th, and we're on the 24th. So we're just about at the epitome of maximum crazy. Maximum crazy will be Monday. So careful this weekend, because the full moon makes people batshit crazy. It's the truth. Talk to any cop, anybody that works in an emergency room, they'll tell you, when there's a full moon, people go berserk. It's science. I don't know. You should see some of these videos. This is some fun stuff. We'll make fun of some very wild incidents on airplanes. Crazy stuff going on. Anyway, Derek is here this morning. Good to see you, Derek. Welcome. Trev Webb, good to see you this morning. C-Steel73, happy Friday morning. Oh, Cindy says supposed to be +1 where she is tomorrow. Where are you, Cindy? Gosh, +1. Well, -2 for Saturday for us in Brandon. So, I guess the overnight lows are what this. It's the kill, especially when it's clear now. Like the overnight low Sunday into Monday is going to be -21. We get a wind chill. We're going to have like -35. It's next week is going to be friggin' cold. It is really cold. It's going to be friggin' cold. Linda, good morning. Rhonda Party, good morning to you. And I got a note from Greg, speaking of which, they got some really cool Christmas gift ideas at Tim's. So on this Black Friday, if you're starting your Christmas shopping, and of course you're getting yourself a coffee, maybe one of those alcohol-free Baileys, take a look at some of the gift ideas that they've got at Tim Hortons, from snow globes to special Tim Hortons merchandise. And most, if not all, the stores have them. So do check that out. Who else do we got in chat this morning? Sorry. And Cindy and Nick are here. Okay, let's get right to the action of Black Friday. It's time to start your engines. Black Friday is here. Let's start the mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. It's the day of the year where retailers generally mark down a bunch of merchandise in an effort to not only get us in the store, but to get us spending money and potentially even fighting with each other. Oh, yes. When you think of Black Friday, you think of this, don't you? You think of complete mayhem over a television set for $99, flat screen TVs. It's always over the TVs. Why is it over the TVs that people are fighting and wrestling? And remember the Cabbage Patch doll? Remember? Okay. And they do this all over the world. People say, oh, it's in the States. No, we saw England just a minute ago, South Africa here in 2019. And you know what? I think we're going to see this. We're going to see this in Canada, I believe. We're going to start seeing this, especially over things like sugar. Discontinued Nutella in 2018 in France. Look at that, over the spread you put on your toast. Complete mayhem. And people just grabbing as much as they can. You know what's interesting is this really tells you, Black Friday tells you all you need to know about human nature. You know, we go into primal mode of survival. Everybody's manners go out the window. Self-preservation. I need to get my hands on this. I am going to do whatever it takes to get this item. Remember Cabbage Patch dolls back in the day? I think that's when that really took a turn. And Black Friday really went crazy because there was only a limited supply of Cabbage Patch dolls. But, and there were fist fights. Remember that? Oh, man. Quentin says, if grocery stores did Black Friday, you'd see battles over Cheese Whiz. You're not kidding. Especially after what you sent me. This is insanity. Quentin sent me a video yesterday. A guy did a TikTok. I'm going to see if I can pull this up here. And he was going through some of the prices in the store. We'll get back to Black Friday in just a second. Quick detour here. Some of these prices are pretty insane. Have a look at this. I'll just get some.
No frills for Gouge Week. Blueberries are $7.99 a pint. Peanut butter is $7 now. Isn't that awesome? 1 pound of butter is now just $6.49. Awful no-name brand cheese is $10. These tennis ball-sized hams are $15. Just triple what they used to be. Is that medical waste? No, it's 9 chicken thighs for $22. And 5 chicken breasts are just under $30. Whoa, only $60 to keep your annoying baby alive? Tuna is $4 for a can. Busy weeknight? Barely feed one adult for just $6.50. Very small bags of chips are now just $4.29. And don't worry, we're cutting our employees' hours. Make sure to donate so that our own staff can feed their kids.
Oh, man.
I'm Galen West.
It's so true. It's beyond funny. But, I mean, when he's talking about those hams being tennis ball size for $15 at no frills, this is not good. This is not good, guys. Holy cow. Quentin might be right. We might have brawls over food. Who would have thought in Canada, what was many years ago one of the richest countries on earth? We still are if we would put a hose in the ground, but that's a conversation for another day. Yeah, it looks like we're getting to the point where we're going to start fighting over food. Wouldn't that be just fantastic over a tennis ball size ham? Well, the sugar fights might start. I'm starting to see some pretty weird stuff on social media involving sugar and the sugar shortage that we've got going on. But Cindy says, going to the States for the last 12 years, it's not as bad as it used to be. Lots of stores open on Thursday now, although they did walk that back. That was part of the whole, our employees need a Thanksgiving too, and it is a holiday down there. So they did have early Black Friday shopping, but they did end up walking that back to a large degree.
Retailers opening their doors earlier than ever to a crush of frenzied shoppers lured by seductive doorbuster deals.
Look at this.
But in many locations, the rush turned violent. Shoppers openly brawling over discounted merchandise.
Here comes the brawl.
It's the sheer numbers at America's malls that are staggering. An estimated 97 million shoppers crammed in the stores today. By the time the weekend is over, that number is expected to swell to 140 million. And from coast to coast, it's Shop Till You Drop for millions of deal seekers. We begin our coverage tonight with ABC's chief business and economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis.
Primal. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm getting a deal. Look out.
Across the country, record crowds and wild scenes as frantic customers were determined to snag jaw-dropping Black
Look at
Friday
the people. Look at the people.
deals.
Like, it's just complete chaos. Complete and utter chaos. And this is from, I believe, last year. So now that inflation has gone completely sideways, especially in Canada, we may see this much, much worse today.
Watch as merchandise goes flying through the crowds at this Walmart in Virginia and this one in South Carolina. And in North Carolina, see the man in orange as he wrestles to grab a doorbuster. A father even leaving his infant in the car outside of a Best Buy so that he could shop. The baby is okay.
Oh, my God.
Bullets flew outside this Kohl's in Illinois. Multiple injuries reported after
Then the guns
police
come
chased
out
an alleged
because, you know what?
shoplifter into the parking lot. Even protests at some Walmarts over wages. But from coast to coast, most scenes were just eager shoppers enjoying early store openings. Walmart doing more than 10 million transactions in the first 4 hours of the frenzy. 2.8 million towels, 300,000 bikes, and 1.9 million dolls. But in spite of crowds like this one, a record 15,000 people at Macy's in New York City, shoppers hung tough. Carts leaving stores filled to the brim.
TVs. How many
And at this
TVs?
Best Buy in New York
How many
City, they have
TVs
been
do you
open since
need?
6
Like,
p.m.
seriously,
last
some of
night.
those
The store-
carts had more than one TV in there. I guess, you know, you could put one in the bathroom. You could put one in the dining room. You could put one in the garage. And I guess if they're $50 a TV, and sometimes, I mean, that's what these people are fighting over, right? Is like the 75-inch HD TV for $49. And then you look at the fine print and it says, first 5 only. Oh, first 5 only. And that's when the fights start, because you have 7 people lined up at the store, and they all want that $50 TV. And it's the old supply and demand, and that's when people go into the primal survival of the fittest. Get out of my way. I need this TV. My life depends on this television. Get out of my way. Wow. Just wow, says Nick. Oh, and that's not all. That is not all, Nick. Oh, no. There is, although we're a little more subdued on this side of the border, at least traditionally speaking. Again, I don't know how this is all going to play out this year with inflation being the way it is, but you can certainly see a difference. Okay, those shots that I just showed you were in the States. Now let's come north of the border. Here we go.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, with 3 kids, we're kind of struggling, but hopefully we can find some good deals and make a good Christmas.
You can't go shopping the way you used to, right? Like before you would walk out with like 3 tops and it was like $100. Now it's like $100 for 1 top kind of thing, so.
And I find some retailers the prices have gone up so much post-COVID. Like there's more thoughtfulness into where are we going to go to buy this. And
Now, this is the difference between Canada and the United States, kind of in a nutshell. A few moments ago, we were showing you the mayhem, the complete chaos, and not that doesn't happen on this side of the border, but now we move to a shopping center in Canada. Excuse me, please. May I have this deal? You know what? You can take this deal. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want it? No. Thank you for being so kind. Well, no, thank you. Should we go for Tim's? Yeah, I think let's go for a Tim's Complete Stranger. Okay, all right. Can we hug now? Yes, let's hug. And then we'll go see a hockey game. Let's go, and then we'll eat some back bacon and drink beer. This is what happens in Canada. Yes, we're so polite. She's even saying we're going to monitor where we're going to spend our money, and we're going to be mindful of where that money's going. All right, we'll see when the price of stuff gets unveiled today.
is there a better price somewhere else? And I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like we're
Now
doing
here's
that
the
much
price.
more than other times.
It is expensive. It's getting very expensive. We live just across the street. We come here just to see the sales, what's off, what's on. We're not buying anything today for sure, but everything's so expensive that we're just cutting costs and trying to be low key and save money. And we're hearing so many things from friends being laid off, inflation rates. So just trying to really keep low key and just enjoy the views, not buying anything at all.
Enjoy the views. The views are free.
To look how to have a better life and everything. And this is true. The pollution and all is fine here. But we think we're still paycheck to paycheck. We're both full-time permanent job employees. She works for RBC Capital Markets. I work for a big hedge fund here in Toronto.
Tell us how much you make now.
Still tough. Not there yet. Not. This is not the dream.
This is not the dream. And my wife works at in the banking industry, RBC Capital Markets. So my wife is a Canadian banker, and we're still living paycheck to paycheck. Wow. Okay. So anyway, Black Friday, but is it the big deal that it once was?
In previous years, people would be setting alarms tonight to wake up nice and early for Black Friday deals tomorrow. But nowadays, there's not too much camping going on outside the store to get in first. But that doesn't mean people won't be out shopping tomorrow in force. Fox 10's Lauren Clark joins us live now to explain. Lauren.
Yeah, there's not much of a crowd there.
Well,
this was last night.
This parking lot, it's completely abandoned at this Target. 5-10 years ago, a lot of people would be out here already getting ready for those morning big deals. Now, Black Friday is still expected to be the largest shopping day of the year. The National Retailers Federation does expect around 130 people will be shopping both in person and online. But the habits surrounding Black Friday shopping have definitely changed throughout the years.
It used to be a holiday staple.
Probably have 780 people in line outside.
Large winding lines.
We did have a big tent out here, and we had a heater in there.
And a flood of shoppers eager to get their hands on the biggest deals. But now,
it's Thanksgiving evening, the start of Black Friday. 5, 10, 20 years ago, this parking lot right here would be absolutely stuffed, full of people ready to go inside to get the best deals possible.
Or is a lot of it just moved online now?
If you look around, it's abandoned.
It used to be that it was like a free-for-all, right? And now, look, it's empty.
John says he's noticed a change in the past few years. So has Brian, who several years ago would be standing in line this very evening.
When TVs first came out, the 720p, but that was 2006, 2008.
But now he does all of his holiday shopping from his computer.
There we go.
Have it delivered when I want.
And while many stores had closed their doors as consumer shopping habits evolve, some businesses remained open as a holiday tradition.
For me, I've always done it on Thanksgiving with my family.
As movie theaters remained open for business.
See the scary Thanksgiving movie? Since it's Thanksgiving?
All right, so maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe it won't be so bad. You don't want to scare you off from the stores. The crowds may not be all that bad. We are going to venture down to check things out south of the border, and people have been telling us, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're going to be doing that and taking part in the crowds." You know what? I've myself have experienced a few Black Fridays in recent years, and while it's busy, like a busy shopping day, it's not the mayhem like you saw in the 80s with the Cabbage Patch dolls. That's for sure. Linda says food gifts are always good. At least they're going to get used, and food gifts are probably the most expensive that you're going to get this year. Like 5 years ago, it'd be, "You got me a diamond ring. Will you marry me?" And now it's, "You got me a tennis ball size ham. Will you marry me?" I mean, tennis ball size ham, diamond ring, essentially the same price. You know what I'm saying? Nick says, once we start getting into fistfights over the new holiday-themed Dream Donut, that's when we're in trouble. Paul says it's a racket. Raise the price, then put it on sale, and then watch the fun. I think for some things you're probably right, Paul. Although when they put those $49 TVs on, they know that's going to cause mayhem. People are going to go a little crazy for those things. Don't you think? I think a $49 tele. Yeah. Cindy says, my daughter Black Friday shopping in Winnipeg today. Going to see what things are looking like there. All right, we'll get a report We'll get a report from all four corners from this weekend come next week. And I should be live at Best Buy or Leon's. Yeah, well, I think we just saw the report there. Last night there was no one there. I'm not sure. Leon's, let me just check, actually, because they are a sponsor of the Tyler Glenn Show. Now would be a good time to take a look at what Leon's does have for a door crasher. So the door crasher today is a 60-inch 4K HDR Google Smart LED TV. And I believe this TV is regularly like $1,100. It's on for $399. And there is only 500 of these TVs, though, across the Leon's chain. So if there is 2 Leon's per province, which would that's 20. There's not a lot of TVs that are going to be spread out across the country, but that is a hell of a price for a 60-inch television for $399 at Leon's. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Their Black Friday sale, the doors open at 8 o'clock this morning, so they're not quite open yet. Stampede leather sofa on for $16.99. Leather sofa under $2,000. They've also got the Cruise 2-piece leather sectional on for $999. Less than $1,000 for a leather sectional. Some good prices. I'm not going to lie. There are some good prices. I wish that, I say this all the time, I wish that we had some food door crashers like this. Bags of chips for 25 cents. Cans of soup for a nickel. No, we don't see a whole lot of that. Go to leons.ca, download the flyer. And again, they opened at 8 o'clock this morning for their Black Friday extravaganza. And there are deals to be had. I'm not kidding. Leon's Furniture Superstore. And again, thank you for being sponsors on the show. Another sponsor of the show is A Very Verdant Christmas, and this is the big weekend for the Santa Claus Parade. Keep this in mind. Black Friday is here, but it is the Santa Claus Parade tomorrow that everybody is excited about in Verdant. Oh, look at the stuff that they have got going on. So late night shopping started yesterday. Verdant's biggest apparel footwear Black Friday sale ever. 5 stores combined. Sherry Lynn Fashions, Verdant Footwear, Verdant Sport and Fat. Look at the stores out there. Oh, boy, Verdant's got it cooking. You're cooking in Verdant. And then there's the Pancake Breakfast with Santa tomorrow at 8 a.m. Goes from 8 till 11. The Christmas ornament painting goes 2 till 4, and the Verdant Santa Parade is from 6 till 7. And again, you'll find all the details. Look at these events at A Very Verdant Christmas. The website address is veryverdantchristmas.ca. veryverdantchristmas.ca. And we'll see you at the Santa Claus Parade tomorrow. Hopefully, those temperatures hold around -2 for the parade tomorrow. Miss Behaven's excited that she got the flyer. Oh, you got the flyer delivered right to... Well, you don't need to go to the website then. You got it in your mailbox. Paul says my best Les Nessman impersonation. Oh, my gosh, that's going way back. QD says, Black Friday only pisses me off when I see something on sale that I bought a couple of weeks ago. Oh, that can happen. C-Steel says a lot of Black Friday sales started a few weeks ago online. I planned on starting our sales yesterday, but ended up starting it last Sunday because that's where competitors are going and what they're doing. And you got to watch stuff like that. It's true. Okay, we're going to take a beach break. More Black Friday fun coming up in just a second. First, we're going to hit the beach. First, a little bit of beach time for us on this fantastic Friday. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. What's the best Black Friday deal you've ever come across? Where'd you get it? How much did you pay? Would love to know. Jimmy Crow's Nest is our place today, our beach camp. And Jimmy's is kind of nice because we got chairs waiting for you. When I said I got beach chairs waiting for these chairs, look at your chairs right there, right by the ocean, palm trees swaying on a Friday. Quick beach break, and we're back with more on the Tyler Glenn Show in just a bit. All right? Happy Friday to you. Black Friday is here. This is Clearwater Beach, Florida. A live shot of Clearwater Beach, Florida on a Black Friday as things are slow going after the U.S. Thanksgiving. People are mulling about, getting ready for some Black Friday shopping, perhaps. Nice and warm there. The Jets, by the way, are in Florida, if you're following the Winnipeg Jets. The Brandon Wheat Kings, I believe, are in Red Deer tonight. That is our beach break this morning, and let's take a look outside in southern Manitoba, see how our roads are shaping up. It is just so damn cold. I'm thinking that the roads are going to be just fine. If you've got some highway travel planned today for this Black Friday, things are generally looking really good because, again, when it's cold, there's not a whole lot of snow that normally accompanies the high pressure. So minus 14 with the wind chill feeling like mid-minus 20s. Borderline whether or not you should have plugged your car in last night. Hopefully it gets going for you this morning. Oh, quite the conversation. Speaking of cold weather and cars, involving the Hummer EV on my Facebook page. Holy cow. Some people's children, they get cranky. Ooh, cranky. I'll show you that in just a second. First, let's take a look at the air temperatures here. And wind chill is the real nasty one. That's the one that's getting us. This red-ish. That is some coldness, kids. That is some coldness. There's no two ways about it. So yesterday, on the show, we were talking about the new Hummer EV from Murray's. Of course, they're a sponsor on the Tyler Glenn Show, okay? So full disclosure, they're a sponsor. So as part of that, I like to post what my sponsors are up to, and I like to show the Tim Hortons Smile Cookie when it's Holiday Smile Cookie Week, and I like to show when Leon's has a Black Friday sale. They're a sponsor, so that's what I do. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. So yesterday, I posted the picture of the Hummer EV from Murray's, and things there was a turn. There was a turn. And people got grumpy, and first off, I think there's only and I'm just going to speak freely here. I think there's only a handful of us that are truly going to be able to afford this vehicle. Let's be honest. This is a dream vehicle. That's the part, to me, that's part of the allure of showcasing this vehicle. For what it's worth, when I worked at a radio station in Saskatchewan, the CEO's wife at that time owned a Hummer, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Jeep-style Hummer. It was huge, and you'd sit in this Hummer, and the person that was sitting in the passenger side, you couldn't even reach across to pat them on the back. They were so far away from you. The car was huge. But the amount of gas that thing guzzled, we were filling it up basically every day, because it was a pig. It was a hog on gas. So now they've made an EV. But I think that, goes without saying that people aren't, in this part of the world, we aren't super excited about EVs. But that wasn't the point. I just wanted to show it. I wanted to showcase it. And so it just, and the reason I mention it is like, look, guys, I mean, I'm just trying to post some things that are going on or whatever. I know times are tough and things you'd like to have a $150,000 vehicle. Maybe you're a little grumpy about that, or maybe you're a little grumpy about how Trudeau is forcing everybody to have an electric vehicle. But be mad at your politicians. Don't be mad at your car companies, because they're just trying to run a business like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Brenda. Nice to see you. Misbehaving is in the gutter already this morning. It's not even half an hour into the show. Hooray. Yeah. So we were talking about Black Friday, and because today is Black Friday, best Black Friday deals. Craziest thing you ever got on a Black Friday. And maybe you're seeing something that is really a good deal. Do let us know. Steve says, I saved 100% by not taking part in the farce known as Black Friday. Thank you for your insightfulness, Steve. Very good. Dwayne says, what deals? The only thing I've noticed is that there's no significant discounts items that I've been watching for a couple of months now. Dwayne has been watching these items like a hawk. He's stalking items. He says they're the exact same price for Black Friday as 2 months ago. Denise says it won't be long. It won't be long before we're fighting over sugar. Melissa said that she spotted a Keurig coffee maker on sale that she's going to go and pick up today. Well, okay, well, that's good. Paul says that he got an offer on his Rogers account. Athea says that another one for sugar, but she's going to, is this sugar? Yellow sugar. Wow. She says she's going to pay triple the price, and then she has to wait 2 weeks because she's going to buy it online to make sure that she's got sugar. A lot of sugar comments. Although Tasha said to us this morning that she got a 32-inch TV one time for $98. I used to work at Sears. I was one of the people who opened on Black Friday. It was way more boring than the internet or TV made it out to be, but there was way more people in the store than usual. I've never been much of a Black Friday person, but my mother, who hates crowds, never ever lets me forget the time that she waited for hours outside of a Toys R Us in a storm at the crack of dawn to get me a Game Boy Color for Christmas when I was 8 years old. She claims people were passing out water, that some were even kind enough to pass out food in the line. Holy cow. Die hard shopping. I mean, we're seeing Taylor Swift is the only thing I've seen people camp out for these days. You don't see people camp out for much anymore. Best deal I gotten says Mo was a Rock Band bundle for $30 each. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a video game. I had somebody, Bob says I had somebody walk out with 4 LCD TVs, 4 of them, while other people were fighting for the others. How do you even carry 4 TVs? How is that even possible to carry 4 big screen LCD TVs by yourself? I guess, could you put them on your head? Trev says you have to remember that in Canada, we didn't really have Black Friday till a couple of years ago. Most of our focus was on Boxing Day. Excellent point. You know, I remember I was working in radio when, what happened was there was a lot of Canadians going down for Black Friday into the States. And eventually what happened was Canadian retailers said, you know what, like what's the harm in us adopting this? Like, we're not going to adopt the Thanksgiving, but why don't we adopt the Black Friday? And I remember specifically that there was a lot of debate around that, because for that very reason, that we have Boxing Day. Leave it alone. We have Boxing Day. We have our own. And retail's like, you know what? There's too many Canadians that are sliding across the line. Let's use it as an opportunity to have 2 days, because Americans don't have Boxing Day. And it's interesting because few of my American friends know what Boxing Day is. And I've had a couple even call it a Canadian Black Friday. So why not have 2 special days where you can save money, as long as that's what's happening, right? And we have Cyber Monday too. Yeah. Which can be a big day. But anyway, let me know if you have come across anything that, Jim says, I saw someone run out with a TV and then dropped it. Oh, smashed on the floor. It was $300 off, but kind of worthless because he'd paid for it. Well, at least he'd paid for it, Jim, and he smashed it on the floor. I got my TV. I got my TV. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Who would want to leave their family early in the morning to go wait in line to save $50 on something? Well, years ago, I was at JCPenney. I spent $100 on sweaters and other clothes. And the holiday promo is where for every $10 you spent, you got a holiday button. Then you go online, enter the code, blah, blah, blah. I won a whole bunch of stuff, including More free clothes. That was the best Black Friday ever. So, anyway, Black Friday today. Enjoy your shopping. If you're going to do that, enjoy your blanket. If you're just going to pull the wool over your eyes and just stay in where it's nice and warm and not do, or however you're going to shop. K-Don says, on Boxing Day years ago, I decided to head out and see what all the fuss was about. Last time ever, had an 80-year-old lady take stuff directly out of my cart and put it in hers. Oh, who cares if she's 80? Take her down. K-Don, it's like, I would be commandeering her cart. I'd be like, excuse me, I am taking your cart now. But you come back here, K-Don. Come back here. You respect your elders. I'm allowed to steal from you. Bring it back here, you whippersnipper. Another thing that we had talked about on this show, shopping related, was self-checkout, and how the self-checkout is asking you to tip now, even though you're doing the work. Quentin happened to be watching This Hour Has 22 Minutes, and they actually did a little bit on it. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. So if you are shopping,
I hate these things.
Still get the self-checkout.
No, I don't want a bag. No, I don't want to make a donation. Yes, I'm sure. Pay with card. Wait, what? Excuse me. Can I get some help over here?
Sir, this is a self-checkout. It's self-help.
Yeah, but it's asking me for a tip.
Okay, just hit 50%.
What? I don't want to do that. I checked myself out.
No, well, how'd you do?
What?
Did you do a good job?
Not really. I didn't give myself a bag.
Oh, well, hit 20%.
I never used to tip the cashiers.
Well, we don't have cashiers anymore. This is a self-checkout.
Do I get to keep the tip?
Of course not, sir. You don't work here.
Whatever happened to the customer is always right?
Well, the customers are the employees now.
So you automated jobs that you denied tips to so you could guilt me into tipping a machine while making me do all the work?
Yeah.
I don't like your attitude, sir. We're going to have to let you go.
You can't fire me.
I quit.
I quit.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? Oh, man. So, yeah, although, I am seeing more and more news articles saying that the self-checkouts, they're gonna get rid of them because they want to get back to customer service. They want to get back to the way things used to be. And people are struggling with it a little bit. They're stealing the stuff. And so they want to get back to, the way business was done. In the old days, people are stealing. And so it's really good that they're recognizing the needs and the wants of the consumer. People are stealing. And it's a fantastic evolution in shopping that they're bringing it back. People are stealing. Michelle says, my first Black Friday was 16. She was with her mom, 2 sisters, and aunt, and they walked into the Walmart all holding hands, all 5 of us. It was insane in there. Eesh. You're all holding hands. It's like, oh my, don't lose anybody. Don't lose one of the kids. My dad went to try and park the car. It was a miracle that he found us inside the store. Oh, wow. Debbie says, wow, seriously? Tipping self-checkouts? Oh, old news. That is like, Debbie, we've been talking about this for 2 weeks. It's like the sugar shortage. We've been over a week. I see the Brandon Sun has jumped on it now. So if you thought there were shortages before, just wait, because today's Brandon Sun has the sugar shortages that we've been talking about for a week. Not that anybody cares. You know what? I do want to make mention that Auto Fashion still will be closed again today. They were closed yesterday. They will be closed again today, and they'll be closed tomorrow for a family funeral. And again, they will be open on Monday to serve all your needs with regards to fine auto finishing, paintless dent repair. They are MPI accredited, and they appreciate your patience. And again, thank you for your continued support. And your condolences. Again, they are closed today and tomorrow, but will be reopening on Monday. Auto Fashion, MPI accredited paintless dent repair, and again, fine auto finishing. It's not just detailing. They'll make your vehicle look like new inside and out. They're at 255 17th Street North, right behind Lee's Buffet, okay? Backyard on Aberdeen. Now that Black Friday is here, make sure you get your Christmas party all booked up for 150 guests. Okay, up to 150 guests. They've got the bar in there, audio, visual stuff all set up. So you're not farting around with that stuff when you're showing a blooper reel or maybe a slideshow or some kind of Christmas presentation from all the goofy pictures that you took with your staff over the year. It's all set up and it's ready to go. And, of course, great food from Ida's Catering. She'll take care of all of it. Now, you're thinking to yourself, well, yeah, but we want to do it off-site. Maybe we want to have it at someone's home. Maybe we want to have it at our business. They can do that, too. Get a hold of the Backyard on Aberdeen, Ida's Catering, and they will take care of everything, including the decorations. They have a massive, like a warehouse full of decorations for any occasion, from weddings to Christmas and everything in between, even Christmas weddings. So give them a call. Backyard on Aberdeen, Ida's Catering, and of course they got dainty trays for the holiday season starting at $60. They're at 1624 13th Street for easy order pickup. Cindy says okay. They're reminiscent about Black Friday and how they almost ended up in jail elbowing people in the face. What we do to save $1, hey? What we do to save $1. What we do to save a dime. It's pretty incredible. Hey, local actor is on Frasier. This is pretty cool.
A Frasier reboot? If so, you may have spotted some local talent.
I miss you, and I won't take no for an answer. So I've taken a job, and I found a place to live.
My dad, I mean, he can be kind of...
He smelled really good.
Yeah, he always smells really good.
Right there, that is Jess Salguero. The Winnipeg-born actor plays Eve, a friend of Dr. Frasier Crane's son in the reboot of the classic 90s sitcom. You might recognize her from Letterkenny or Workin' Moms. However, although she's an experienced actor, Frasier was unlike any of the other shows she's performed with.
I've never done this format before. This is multicam sitcom, which means you film in front of a live audience. Also, you film everything in sequence and you film it in one night. So I'm used to filming an entire episode of TV in like 2 weeks. This is filmed in 4 hours.
Got a girlfriend I've never even...
Frasier is streaming now on Paramount Plus, and you can read more about Jess's experience on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
Very cool. But here's my question. So Frasier, and I knew there was a reboot coming, and that's really cool. But Frasier was a radio guy. Didn't he have a radio show? Frasier reboot. What does he do now? I'm not seeing. Is anybody following that show? And it's doing well enough that they've ordered a bunch more episodes, apparently, of the Frasier reboot. He's still a shrink, though, right? Jim Burrows is producing. Yeah, I think maybe he's a podcaster. Wouldn't that be awesome? He's got a beach bunker, and he's just like completely, yeah, interesting. I don't follow it closely enough. I'll have to investigate on my own time and see what happened to Frasier. If his radio station closed down or what happened to Frasier Crane's radio career. Very cool to see a local actor get a big role like that. That's very cool. What else we got for you this morning? So it's pretty funny. So Lindy, you do watch it. So what does he do now? Is he still a shrink, but is he just like he just takes patients now? Is that the thing, or what does he do for a living? Okay, before we have to flip over and say goodbye to our friends on TikTok and Facebook and X and the like, we need to shake things up, guys, when it comes to... I know times are tough in the grocery department. I know food is expensive, but oh my God, look at this. 60% of us eat the same boring dinner 4 times a week. He's a college professor now. Oh, nice. How nice is that? College professor. Moves from radio to a college professor. You're I thought I could follow in his footsteps. That's not going to happen. So do you do this? Do you eat the same dinner? Do you eat the same thing on purpose 4 times a week? A poll of 2,000 adults revealed that 32% frequently played up the same meal. And it's because we're too tired, 44%, and lack of planning, 39%. Quentin says he eats the same thing every day. It's called meal prep. No, that's what fancy people, rich people say. We're doing meal prep. Yes, I will put a little bit of macaroni in this cup for Monday and a little bit of macaroni. You know what that's getting you? You know what meal prep is just, it's training you for when you get older and you've got those pill bottles that, Monday, here's my candies for Monday. Here's my candies for Tuesday. And here's my I can't read that one. Does this say Wednesday? Is it? Somebody help me read this? Almost half of those under 35 don't usually know what they're having for dinner until they look at what they've got in their cupboards or fridge. Oh, we do that. I'm terrible for that. What's for dinner? Open the cupboard, and it's like, there's no food in here, but it's full of food. What are we doing? Meanwhile, 38% of people 18 to 24 wait until they're in the supermarket, and then they'll decide in the store, what are we having for dinner tonight? Wow. Why are people eating the same meals day in and day out? Well, 56% said it's convenient. 41% said it's quick. And 38% said, well, it's just a habit. The research was commissioned by McCain, who makes instant food that you can pull right out of your freezer. So, can't decide what you'd like to eat tonight? We'll gladly help you with that. No problem. A quarter of those polled admitted to being unsure of what they last tried as a brand new recipe or a brand new item in their own home. Now, when we go out, we like to try new food in the restaurant, but it's very rare, and I think that has something to do with the price of food, too, because if you make something and it fails and you feel like, oh, crap, what am I going to do with this? Do I have to eat this garbage? I screwed up the recipe. Food is so expensive. I don't want to throw it in the trash. Man. Have a great Parent-Teacher Day, Michelle, or as I like to call it, National Grounding Day. So be easy on those kids. Please don't try to not have some grounded. As few grounded as possible. Only the real rotten apples. Road Reverend says, I eat chicken, potatoes, and veggies every day. Well, look at this. So this is a true survey. Cindy wings it every day. Still don't know what to make. And this is another 57% said they find it tricky to find the right balance of meals that are both tasty and nutritious. So, we're pretty boring. I think we're pretty boring. Most of us eat the same boring dinner 4 times a week. That is incredible. Now, I may struggle with what I want to have for dinner, but I try and shake it up a little bit if I can. And even if it's leftovers, I'm going to add another sauce to it. I just got to add something to it to make it different. Jeez, life is short. Gosh. So instead of just bologna sandwiches, it's going to be bologna, cheese, and mayo. And then the next day, maybe it'll be bologna, cheese, and no mayo. See how I'm living on the edge? Living on the edge. Living on the edge. I'm a risk taker. Hey, have a great weekend, you social media fiends on Facebook and TikTok. Thanks for being here this week and part of the show. Do appreciate it. Make sure you have a great weekend. Easy does it on your Black Friday shopping. Don't get into any fights with anybody. You can always get a TV. You may pay a little bit more, but at least you won't serve any jail time, okay? Try to avoid any type of criminal charges, any type of violence. Behave yourselves. Have a great weekend. Most importantly, stay warm. Don't forget Santa Parade in Verdun, and as Cindy reminded me, Santa Claus Parade in Dauphin this weekend too. So check that out, Dauphin. And in the meantime, TikTokers, you have a great weekend, and we'll catch you Monday for another round of food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. And can't wait to hear how you made out on your Black Friday extravaganza. See you later, TikTokers. And now we say goodbye to our friends on the other social media platforms, and it's an opportunity for us to say, come on by to twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show. And again, if you missed the show, you just catch a little bit of it and you hear something interesting you'd like to maybe listen to a little bit later in the day, but don't have a lot of time. Maybe you're at the gym, you like to do mall walking, you want to play it in your car. Again, it comes in a podcast form. It's 40 minutes long, 40 minutes or less. Every day at noon, it drops wherever you get your podcasts, okay? iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and, of course, at TylerGlennShow.com, produced by Red Circle and Tyler Glenn Studios. So get that at noon today and each and every day in case you, again, find something fun and interesting that you want to listen to later on in the day. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. We got more beach time. We're going to get to hour 2 of the show at twitch.tv/Tyler Glenn Show. And if you can't join us, that's okay. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week, 7 a.m. Central Time, right here at the Beach Bunker. Have a good one.